Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell has announced that the Senate will skip much of its August recess. He announced by saying the following: due to the historic obstruction by Senate Democrats of the president's nominees and the goal of passing appropriations bills prior to the end of the fiscal year, the August recess has been canceled. So as you can see from his statement, he's doing this because of the obstruction by the Democrats in response to President Trump's nominees. But there are other theories, and my favorite theory, and the one that I personally believe is really at play here, has to do with how there are way more Democrats, incumbent Democrats in the Senate who are seeking re-election. And a lot of the lawmakers rely on that August recess to raise money and focus on their campaign. So this could potentially hurt them and their efforts to get re-elected. And keep in mind, there are way more Democrats who are up for re-election as opposed to Republicans.
So, a couple points to this story. First of all, is it because of several different reasons? Yes. Are any of them legitimate? Almost none. And so let me explain one by one. So are they doing it because there's 10 Democrats that are up for re-election in Trump states and only one Republican up for re-election in a Hillary state? Absolutely. That's definitely why they're doing it. And in fact, Trump is insisting on that, which leads to reason number two. He's like, I don't get it. Why wouldn't you play politics? What are you guys, dumb? And by the way, that's kind of a fair point. I wish Obama played politics like that. I wish the Democrats played politics like that, but they don't. And so Trump threatened to criticize the Republican senators if they went on a break and didn't play this political trick. And so they're like, they got so scared of Trump, because they always do. They're afraid of their own shadow. They're not leaders, they're followers. So it would have been a double whammy. The Democrats would have got the campaign. And again, the reporters drive me crazy. They keep talking about how they want to go back to their districts. No, they want to go raise money.
That's right. Yeah.
They have to spend all day raising money and going to fundraisers with corporate donors. So just call it like it is. It's not like they're doing a lot of town halls. They're not doing the town halls. Please, for a second, be a reporter. So anyway, so because of that, they're like, okay, we hit the Democrats. We make sure Donald Trump doesn't hit us. And third of all, yeah, let's just just jam these nominees through, the Trump ones. And maybe we could pass a bill or two, but we already gave the tax cut to the rich, so we're kind of done here on that front. So on that note, CNN, to be honest, really pissed me off on this one, because like all other articles, they mentioned how Mitch McConnell said that the Senate Democrats had done, quote, historic obstruction. Now they're quoting McConnell. I get why they say that. But if you wanted to be a reporter, you would give that context. You wouldn't say, hey, I don't like Mitch McConnell or I don't agree with Mitch McConnell's policies. You would give it proper factual context, so which I'll do for you. So we're gonna go to graphic 58, and what that's gonna show you is historic obstruction. And you'll see where it began. And maybe you won't be able to tell. Can you tell where the historic obstruction began? The record number of filibusters? Okay, so it was 0 to 2 throughout most of modern history. Under Clinton, the Republicans start and they go to 9. The Democrats, of course, retaliate, but less, at 7 for Bush. That's, by the way, over 8 years, both of them. Then Obama comes into office. Then 27 in the first 4, 45 in the second 4, including a Supreme Court justice, right? That's historic obstruction. That's the context you need. You don't have to get upset about it. You don't have to have the opinions I have, but you should point it out. Otherwise, you've misled your audience into thinking, well, the Democrats are the ones that do obstruction,
yes,
right?
Yes.
But it got worse. At the end of the CNN article on this, they said that Mitch McConnell, quote, boldly blocked Merrick Garland, President Barack Obama's choice for the Supreme Court.
Yeah, the bottom half of this article on CNN was just a laundry list of great things that they love about Mitch McConnell. It was incredible. I actually stopped reading it because I couldn't.
No, and so look, from time to time CNN has good articles and we quote those and we use that and we're happy to give them credit on it. I think that they have an establishment bias overall. Now, right now, a lot of times they'll have people speaking out against Trump. And then of course the right wing always calls them liberal, but it's not true. If you put Trump aside, they love giving credit to Republicans. And so this article is totally biased in favor of Republicans, not Democrats. So when framing the Democratic action, they go historic obstruction. Mitch McConnell said it, and I didn't say anything about it. It was historic obstruction.
I didn't look into it.
Right.
Yep.
Blocking a Supreme Court nominee for a whole year is unprecedented and literally historic. It's never been done in American history. It was historic obstruction. CNN frames it as he boldly blocked that nominee. So which one is it? Is obstruction bad or good? When it comes to the Democrats, it's bad. When it comes to the Republicans, it's bold and brilliant. So that's the bias you get in the establishment media. 2 easy ways to follow the Young Turks. One is hit the subscribe button down below. Then you're a TYT subscriber. And second is ring the bell. And when you do that on YouTube, you're notified of our videos.